right, we've been asking God about forgiveness today, and we've been all over the place, so I want to play our recap game, and I have my stopwatch for that. And you each get a question that's been asked by someone off the street. We've dialogued about it, but now we want an answer, your best answer. Esther, I'm going to start with you. Are you ready? 15 seconds now. The first question is, why do we need to forgive?
Because God, through Christ, has forgiven us. And the way we have been given forgiveness, He wants us to extend that to others so that we can be free and we can be healed so it won't destroy us.
Boom, 11 seconds. Way to go. Give her a hand. Nice job. Okay, thank you. Good. Now the second question is for Jan. Jan, what's up with this 70 times 7 forgiveness figure?
Jesus used the hyperbole of 7 times 70. It's a number that's forever. What He's really trying to say is we've got to live in a lifestyle and relationship with Him where we are always receiving forgiveness and always offering forgiveness.
Whoa, 15 on the button.
Right.
Nice job.
Oh, hyperbole.
That's C to B and hyperbole. That's right. But what I remember about the 70 times 7 it has to do with these balls that are all over the floor. You know, we can't have them drop again, but maybe we could have a replay. I don't know. Could our producers do that? Can we see an instant replay? 1, 2, 3.
Nice.
Oh, let's do that again. How about slow-mo?
Nice. That's great.
Wow.
It's raining forgiveness.
Hello. That was good.
That's all right. Okay,
Live
Troy.
in the moment.
Remember, we're recapping. That was a recap. And now it's Troy's turn. Do we have to forgive to be forgiven?
Yes, but in this way, only until we receive that Christ in our life and that sacrifice do we fully understand and have the ability to forgive.
Okay. You did that in 7 seconds. Now that
right.
gives, let's give a hand.
Right.
Let's give, KP gets a little extra time now. You have 8 extra
gonna
seconds,
preach.
but then you're done. So you better be ready. Here we go. KP, are forgiving and forgetting the same thing?
Yes and no.
Oh boy.
You forgive, and true forgiveness, even though the memory is there, yet the pain will not be there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I know a sister whose husband was murdered on the mission field for preaching the gospel. And when she talked to me about it, she said, you know, I'm raising my kids to take my husband's place. I said, there's peace in your eyes. She said,
Amen.
I have forgiven him. And I'm hoping that he will come to know the Lord and become a missionary himself.
Wow.
And I mean, that's classic.
Yes.
Amen.
Good story.
I forgot to press the buttons. That was such a good story. Thank you. Let's give KP a hand on answering that one. Forgiving and forgetting and moving on. So now we want to be practical. This is our so what section. We're going to start out that practicality with a get real. All right, this is our practical communication tool, Get Real. I'm going to tell you about a person. I want you to speak directly to them. Now, this person was an alcoholic, was very neglectful as a parent, and he has become a Christ follower. He has repented, and he wants to make peace with his daughter, and he wants to know how to start this conversation. She's very bitter. She had an awful childhood. He wants to know advice on how to talk to his daughter to gain her forgiveness. What would you say to him?
I would say he need to spell out exactly what he knows he has done wrong and be specific and say, look, I neglected, I failed you, and I did this and did that. Would you please forgive me? And would wait until she says, I forgive you.
I would say, too, though, it takes time. I would tell this guy that you can't rush into this, and we can't impose forgiveness on someone else.
Right.
And so it's very important for him to understand as he can itemize out all the things and grievances he felt he passed on and did to his daughter, he's got to give her space and say, I know you need time. And maybe even, I would also say, acknowledge her pain.
Right.
Because this
Definitely.
is very hurtful, especially in that father-daughter relationship.
But also, you know, if people try to explain it, you know, I mean, you should understand this is why I did this, this is why I did it.
No.
And if they start talking about
adjectives.
that, it's not going to work.
No.
Right.
They have
It's
to
like
be-
rationalizing it. Yeah,
There's a
Esther.
part of him that needs to be open. I mean, one, if he is coming to his daughter and saying, I'm sorry, he's thought about it. He's prepared his speech. She's hearing it. You know, there's a book called The 5 Languages of Apology that's coming out, and but the thing is, she needs time to process it and be able to come back to him. So he needs to humble himself, because that's still a sign of control when he comes and go, I'm apologizing, you need to forgive me right now. But to come to her and say, I'm open, here's where I am.
I would say too, he's in AA, so he knows very well when they walk into a meeting, it's very well known, I'm broken, I'm empty, and I need help. If that's the attitude he enters in, back into this relationship with his daughter, I think over time it'll work.
I would also give him this piece of advice. His daughter may never forgive him.
Right.
Yeah.
But if he has done everything he possibly can, okay, to seek forgiveness, and she doesn't forgive him, then he's no longer, and I know that sounds weird, but he's no longer obligated to be emotionally controlled by her lack of forgiveness.
Exactly.
He's free to move on.
But he can do whatever is needed for him to build trust.
Yeah.
And to be able to trust it. Because what would be the first thing? You know, all right, another opportunity for you to break your word, lie to me, because this is the history.
It's a long
his
history.
life needs to show that he has changed. And she has no reason to believe him at first until she looks
This
over
is not
and
a
says,
conversation.
build
This
the
is-
trust
yeah.
But
and
also
be
he
there.
can do something. You know, I know this
Right.
missionary who was beaten, abused by this radical extremist, and this guy who abused our missionary ended up in an accident with the broken legs, and nobody would help him. Our missionary carried him on his shoulders and hired a jeep, took him to the hospital. After a month of recovery, this man comes to him and says, I cannot forget your Jesus.
The missionary carried the abuser.
Good Samaritan.
Exactly.
Yes.
So what happens here is forgiveness given, forgiveness received in terms of doing something. So instead of saying, okay, I hurt you, my daughter, all these different things, there is something also he can do maybe to say, I'm changing and I'm sad, I'm hurting.
Good. Thank you for sharing this story, and thank you for sharing your thoughts on this very difficult topic, and a topic that relates to all of us. We told you this one was going to get personal. Forgiving one another is a high calling, something God requires because it's in our best interest. My guests and I invite you to join us in challenging ourselves to take one step in the spiritual task of forgiveness, and to take that step today. Life has questions. God has answers. Ask God.
Yeah, well, I think this is a good program. I think we,
Well, it's relevant.
Yeah.
I mean, we all
And what you said, he said about people, all people long for forgiveness or to be forgiven.
Yeah.
Anyway, you know.
If that guy's in AA,
Oh, that's the American side, man.
I was in Israel, and you know, first time getting coffee.
I'm glad you
place,
said
and I
that.
said,
She may
oh, I
never
forgot.
I mean, those, that's, yeah.